Planet Elysia. Supernal radiance. Mystifying nature. Breathtaking air. True to its size, it is a place home to a massive tragedy. Nice way to ruin the moment there, Ramon and Nunchuck. Let's begin. Hello everyone, GBA049 here, and welcome back to another episode of Let's Play Metroid Prime 3 Corruption in the Metroid Prime Marathon series, episode number 55. How far we have come since we began in Metroid Prime 1, all the way up to here. From so many intriguing, thought-provoking narratives from Prime 1, to the outstanding narrative and the outstanding story build up to the final boss of Metroid Prime Hunters, to the outmatched masterpiece that is Metroid Prime 2 Echoes, and finally a subplot in Metroid Prime 3 Corruption, Skytown Elysia. This place was once home to Chozo inhabitants that is mechanical in design. Their evidence still exists on the work that they have made to discover the secrets on the planet that they are bound to. What lies beneath the thick layer of clouds, and if there's any signs of life down below. This place is absolutely massive, but on the surface is innavigable and inaccessible and quite possibly lethal to all life forms, even machines. Enough talking about that. Skytown Elysia is genuinely one of the most artistic and awe-inspiring areas in all of Metroid history, and I'm not afraid to say that. From the subplot behind the Elysian robots that were designed by the Chozo, the bosses you fight, the enemies that you find, the architecture, everything that is designed from top to bottom is just a luxurious thing to witness. And the place itself just feels so divine and heavenly that it's just something you always like to hold close to your heart. Every time when you play this game, like every single time when you're about to replay Metroid Prime 3 Corruption, the very first thing on your mind is just re-witnessing everything about Skytown, and it's glorious. But that those radiating feelings of glory and all that is just shadowed by a horrifying tragedy stored in history. Data bots. Use to store historical data. Shoot to access information. Data bots were designed by the Elysians as a means to record and pass on historical data. They patrol along their set area until disrupted, and then project a holographic data file. However, only those equipped with Chozo-based visor technology can access this information. In other words, the lore of Elysia is specifically designed for people like us. Samus Aran is the only one alive that can access the story on how the Elysians, fell. And it's sad. It really is. Creators. I am Elysian, descendant of both the Chozo and the First. I am facing the last moments of my life and transferring my memory to the data pod. In a way, our chronicle begins nearly 1,500 years ago. That was when our noble creators, the Chozo, began to build that which would become our home. A place of exploration and knowledge, floating in the clouds of planet Elysia, a fitting home for its great Chozo builders. They built many linked, hovering pods. In time, they formed a net in the skies across the globe, instruments peering out in all directions, studying the cosmos. We did not exist then. Only the Chozo walked these hollowed halls. To the distant stars they looked, and a great many things they discovered, including that which would later spell grim disaster for all. Aerial repair drone, automated maintenance bot. Initial activation 132.8 years ago. They just completely ditched the cycle thing in Prime 1 and Prime 2. Just go straight to more logical numerals, I suppose. An evolved version of the ground units, these drones were designed to perform basic maintenance and repair tasks. Their small size and flight capabilities allow them access to the hardest to reach areas of Skytown. Repair drones are manufactured and activated every 200 years, with the previous units being recycled for construction materials. Here's what they look like. Look like something you see from a DreamWorks animation, preferably WALL-E. Look like Mo. Look like Mo if he had the capability of flight. Look very cute. Also, it looks like they're wearing little goggles instead of just little light bulbs for eyes. Very scientific and nerdy little creatures, I'd say. Really cute. Hey, look! Metroid Prime design doors. Door is a low-level energy shield. Any weapon fire against open shield and open the door. Oh, that's a long one. All Skytown doors contain a low-level energy shield behind their ornate carvings. Shooting the energy shield will activate and open the door. The centuries-old design has served as a blueprint for what is now standard across all planets. Blue-colored energy shields can be opened with any weapon. Centuries-old design. So I suppose that's the same one that they use on Talon 4, perhaps. Alright, here we go. Chozo Elder statue appears stuck. Its arm is outstretched and as if to accept an offering. Phazon visor impervious to attack, but grows are vulnerable to Phazon-based weaponry. Just the fact of seeing a Phazon growth surrounding a Chozo statue just says a lot more than anything else. It just says a lot more than what you. It just says a lot more. It's like very foreboding, just creepy foreshadowing on on the fate of everything on everything knowledgeable and wise is soon about to be erased from existence and replaced by nothing but savage bloodlust. It's artistic in a way. Dark by nature. Fascinating too. Alright, I'm gonna go restore energy right there. I don't know why I had very little energy on me to begin with. Alright. Ornamental frame appears very fragile. Glasswork is etched with eligible Chozo markings. Too bad I can't take a closer look at them because all it is just glass paneling. Also, this shot right here in the cutscene, it's just so beautiful. Skytown, Elysia. Such a breathtaking cutscene. And Kenji Yamamoto just nailed the atmosphere of the music of this place. Just the reverberating bell in the background to give it some sort of holy vibe to it. The choir just telling the story on well, actually no. The high-pitched choir and also the male vocals in the background to make it feel also resemble more of the holy aspects and characteristics and whatnot. But the fact that it represents the fact that music can represent the gorgeous, uplifting atmosphere of planet Elysia and the tragic backstory behind on what used to live here is just a freaking masterpiece. Like Kenji Yamamoto truly nailed it on that aspect alone, and it's just so damn good. Lock mechanism engaged. Weapon fire should be adequate to temporarily disengage lock. Also fun ziplining mechanic too. Structure identified zipline cable. Rail is a transit system between pods connected to using the grapple beam. Zipline cables are designed as a transit system between pods on Skytone, connecting the hole and the cable bursting and holds the needle on either end. All right, let's go have some fun. Woo! Sorry, sir, you were in the way. I did not want to fly all the way down to the pits of the unknown. The unknown heavens that is most likely mechanical. Giving up my own foreshadowing there for a second. Alright, of course. Tin bots. Hard to say if these are the designs of the Elysian robots that the Chozo created, but it's not gonna it's not. Tinbot, lightweight android that is easily knocked down. Tinbots are made from a lightweight metal and can easily be knocked around from explosions or high-speed impacts. This metal is also quite vulnerable to heat and can be melted by high-temperature weapons. Converted for security duty, the Tinbots now patrol Skytown tirelessly. They are armed with kinetic beam pistols and can use their tool arms in close combat. Look like something you see from the Robots film. These guys are just extremely non-oppressive, even when they do engage in hyper mode later on. Steam bots, on the other hand, yeah, you gotta worry about those. Unit is active at a basic level. If lack of maintenance continues, the unit will cease to function. There's a lot of fancy pieces of technology that Skytown holds. Especially this one that we can clearly scan from a distance. Okay. Communications satellite has been looping the same signal for the past 208.3 years. Most likely they were trying to, like, do something with that satellite to uncover a specific location that was perplexing them deeply. All right, another data bot. Plot thickens. Gift. Several decades passed for the Chozo here at Elysia. The harsh winds and storms began to take their toll on the station, and upkeep began to take up more and more of their precious time. Seeing a need for assistance, they created us. The first Elysian, built by Chozo hands, stepped out of the Mechanocrace 1450.82 years ago. Crude by our current standards, the first was soon given the greatest gift of all by the Chozo. To better assist the creators, the first was given self-awareness. To all other Elysians, the first shared the Chozo gift. This event marks year 1 of the Elysian Reckoning. Most likely the same gift that was passed on to Samus Aran when she received the Chozo DNA as well. Essentially the Sixth Sense. Holographic projector is tied to Skytown's main network. Gore's image is displayed. Battery unit is connected to holographic projection discs. Unit is offline and in need of repairs. Doesn't even look like Gore. Because the way his mouthpiece is designed. I mean, clearly the eyes are very distinguishable, but the rest is just soulless. Yeah, that's just it. The image of Gore on these projector screens, they look soulless. I never really thought of that until just now. Jeez. Steam Lord. Pistons over here. Piston structure produces energy that is used to supply power to the pod engines. to keep it afloat for as long as possible. And they've been that way for centuries. Got to scan these little crates here. Skytown storage units contain ammunition and energy supplies vulnerable to all weapon fire. Skytown storage units contain various useful supplies, or thin plating does not provide much protection and they are easily damaged. Any type of weapon fire destroy them. Yeah, same thing as usually is. Nothing too fancy, nothing too special. It's just the same thing over and over again, which is fine. Cannon systems online. Enter a hologram to initiate cannon firing sequence. Kinetic orb cannon, capable of firing small spherical objects at high speeds. The most overpowered design kinetic orb cannons in the franchise. I thought that Prime 1 and Prime 2 was crazy, but the way that these things launch Samus in Morph Ball almost feels like that it's going to kill her when she impacts something. The kinetic orb cannon's original purpose is unclear, but they are capable of firing spherical objects at high speeds to a set target. Entering a cannon while in Morph Ball will allow you to reach new areas and traverse great distances quickly. The kinetic orb cannon appears in various locations in Skytown. However, most units have shut down and require kinetic charge to reactivate. In other words, to solve a little fun puzzle to reactivate the kinetic orb cannon so that we can go across go across more stations of the planet. Not exactly a planet, but you know what I mean. Yes. The gigantic, not tedious, and very fun to be a part of side quest. Or side quest that's part of the main story. Lock-in mechanisms activated simultaneous blast all targets required to disengage locks. Excuse me. And thermonuclear warhead. Theronian containment unit. Nuclear substances present. Handle with extreme caution. Alright. I'm trying to get this missile expansion. There we go. Got it. Only a fool would ignore this missile expansion. Alright, going past here. Scans detect the alloys within this metal are vulnerable to heat. High temperature shots can melt it. Correction. It's not those kinetic orb cannons that are the most overpowered in the entire series for how they're built and designed to shoot you at tremendous distances at tremendous speeds. It's these motherfucking things. Cannon access is blocked. Remove the surrounding debris to enter and use the cannon. Yeah. The rate on which those kinetic orb cannons are fired and launch you to tremendous distances at ridiculous speeds would realistically cause Samus to shatter into a million pieces if she hits a wall. I have no idea how the hell the Chosen were able to figure out on to prevent anything like that happening, but they did. Or perhaps the Elysian were ahead of the plan in that regard, honestly. Steam Lord repairs fallen steam bats, able to disrupt visor tech. Let's not read about him yet. Let's wait until we actually see him face to face, or cyborg to cyborg, to whatever. Yeah, it might have been their gift of self-awareness to understand that someone of a higher caliber and intelligence will eventually arrive in this place, and they need to assist her in any way they can as soon as possible. Otherwise, this planet is doomed from the start. Security systems engaged. Contact with activated energy beams will result in injury. Not entirely sure how much damage it does, but let's find out. No damage. Okay, sure. No damage from a giant, from a gigantic electrical impact. From, ouch. No, they just phased right through me. Does absolutely nothing. No damage on no damage on the first hit, 6 damage on the second, and yeah, it's nothing. Hand scanner in the shape of a Chozo's hand. Fancy that. All right. The Steam Lord is awaiting us, so let's I don't know. Should we like play by its own rules, or should we like make this quick and go straight to like Aurora Unit 242, deal with a bunch of tin bots ticked off to CS when we're trying to restore the Aurora Unit from Phazon corruption, and eventually just hightail it straight to Gore and end the episode there, or just, I'm saying too much. Let's just get this over with. Containment doors sealed. Faint mechanical sounds can be heard coming from within. You can barely tell, but I'm pretty sure on that yellow glowing spot in the center is the Steam Lord's eye. Like through that crack through there. I think it might be the Steam Lord's eye. Could be wrong. Or maybe it's the mechanical device that is that has the Steam Lord contained in it. I don't know. Elysian recharge chambers are used to house and energize steambots low on power. Vertical traversal unit requires a kinetic charge to activate. Unit is currently offline. Metallic piping system can provide pressure to keep nearby security bars locked shut. All right. Preparing to engage and disengage the Steam Lord and Steam bots from interfering with our mission. It is kind of a shame that we can't like scan a Steam Lord with. Okay, gotta be quick. Okay. Alright, Steam Lords command the worker drones of Skytown. They also repair them when they malfunction or break down. Lightly armored, they rely on their cloaking field to evade their enemies. They can generate localized EMP fields to hinder enemy visor systems. Also has the most complex looking enemy design I have ever seen in my life. Well, in the Metroid series is concerned. Because it's hard to tell on what exactly their torso or leg components is, or what leads to what, or how it works. It looks like a... I mean, these are clearly the leg joints, but this is connected by some giant piece of metal sticking out on the bottom, and I don't know. There's something about like the lower half of the Steam Lord's design that really interests me. Gotta love the freaking cape they have. I don't know why a machine would have a cape on, but Steam Lords definitely gives them some menacing characteristics on their design. Really cool looking enemy. All right. And as for the not so cool looking enemy, the Steam bots, lightly armored and armored, rendered inert by high temperature hits. The Steam Lord's lightly armored exterior can be damaged by any weapon. High temperature weapons... Oh, Steam bots lightly armored. Okay. High temperature weapons are particularly effective and can render them inert and beyond repair. Unlike their lightweight cousins, they are made of durable metals and cannot be tossed around. Steam bots serve as combat units for Steam Lords. They are armed with kinetic beam pistols, missile racks, and can use their tool arms in close combat. Damaged units can be restored by Steam Lords. So just to erase the segment that says, quote, beyond repair, and they are suddenly, beyond ear repair, I suppose. That makes sense. I'm curious, how do these guys function with one in Morph Ball? That deals a tremendous amount of damage, actually. Oh my god, what the fuck? They just lightly punch you with whatever is on their... on whatever they use for an arm, and it just pushes you back, by quite a distance. That's surprising. All right. And as the Steam bots are crippled, the only time that you can damage a Steam Lord is when it is repairing the Steam bots. Interesting. I wonder if you can freeze it. I'm not quite sure if it was able to lock on the Steam Lord that time. Wasn't able to tell. Alright, where is he? He's here somewhere. There he is. He just tases me in ways like, hey, stop doing that. Funnily enough, the Steam Lord drops an energy tank when you kill it. Why it had that, I'm not sure, but why am I complaining? More energy resources. More energy resources to hoard to our heart's content. More energy equals more hyper mode uses. Definitely going to need those. Safety release valve. Destroy all valves to release nearby security bars. But weren't these, you know, retracted before I entered this area? Eh, whatever. Security bars engaged. Scans indicate high amounts of pressure holding them in place. Alright. Let's go yank these out. Alright, two more pressure points. And the last one, we can progress. Alrighty then. Making our way downtown Skytown and uncovering more of the sadness. Discovery. Alright. The Chozo were watchers, studying the depths of space tirelessly to quench their thirst for knowledge. From this facility, they launched observation satellites, firing them into the heavens toward distant worlds, and eventually becomes useful to acquire every item in the game. Nifty. Thank you, Chozo. You were really ahead of the game after all. From this facility, they launched observation satellites, firing them into the heavens toward distant worlds. These satellites returned information that allowed them to analyze the various phenomenon occurring across the cosmos. Through this process, they were able to satisfy their intellectual appetite, one planet at a time. One day, a Chozo searcher happened upon a very rare discovery. A once thought lost satellite delivered information on a distant world. It was incredibly far away, even by Chozo reckoning. Study of the stellar object revealed that it was, in many ways, a planet, and yet also sentient, alive. This chance event was brief, and the information being collected was lost before the true identity of the planet was revealed. Discovery of the source of every single planet and civilization's downfall. And eventually, if it was left unchecked, the entire galaxy's end. Lift control systems are online but require manual activation to start the lift. And scanner, okay. I'm not gonna go do that yet. I'm just gonna go activate this real quick, which has absolutely nothing of importance or value, aside from probably something that is very hard to scan normally because of how high up it is, but it doesn't matter. All right, let's go. We're going down or up? Yeah, we're going down. All right. Yeah, I feel like it's best that I should end this episode as soon as I go after Gore. I have quite a few things to say about Gore's fight, and it doesn't have to do anything on it being bad per se. It's just that the I don't know, the vibe of fighting him doesn't feel complete. Also, I don't know who in the hell thought this was a good idea. It's just so incredibly freaking annoying. Especially with more of them coming on board here. It's really no point in just trying to get rid of them, you know, very quickly, one by one with your freaking pea shooter. Safety cap is blocking access. All connected targets must be shut simultaneously to destroy cap. And cannon access is blocked. Remove the safety cap to enter and use the cannon. It must be a different, sky pod there. Alright, here's Mo. Here's a little Mo-looking dude. Repair drone. Ground-based automated drone, once used for maintenance. The original version of the Elysian repair drone, because of their limited movement systems, these units quickly proved to be insufficient in performing the necessary maintenance duties. Used as a base design, the aerial model was created to address all flaws of the original version. Made obsolete by the aerial model, all production and manufacturing was halted over 150 years ago. Only a handful of these units remain active. Just doing their absolute best despite the fact that their design is completely outdated, but they're still cute looking. And they make really cute noises too when you approach them. It's like, I absolutely really like how that little claw is, of how they use the little claw to propel themselves forward with their wheel. So cute. It's like a robot unicycle almost. I don't know why I was so cruel and heartless to the repair drones like years ago when I played Prime 3 Corruption. I was like, oh yeah, these things pissed me off for some reason because they're not really doing a good job at repairing the place because if they're so good at repairing, Skytown Elysia, then how come they're absolutely terrible at repairing themselves? Because when they're shot, they're gone. Their duties are absolutely worthless. I apologize for that because looking back at these guys, they create so much charm and like give the place more life in Planet Elysia. You know, directly above a seemingly lifeless ecosystem. Just like what Jupiter has. Blue veins just saturating Samus's body. Alright, we're gonna go scan this device here. Alright, I just fucking remembered. I just remembered on what's next to fight after the Steam Lord. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's the defense drone right after. Nope, never mind, it's not. Never mind, it is. The next mini-boss is the defense drone. So here's the thing. After when I defeat the defense drone, that is when the
Aurora unit chamber has been sealed off and secured by a kinetic clock.
I have never seen this before.
Continue exploring Skytown. There must be something in this facility that can help you open the chamber gate.
That was not in the trilogy. Very interesting that it was kept in the original game. Aurora Unit 217 online. Phazon corruption present. Administer vaccine to repair. Security doors engaged. And energize lock of the kinetic charge to gain chamber access. This is a different kind of Phazon tendril and fungus that I'm used to seeing. I mean, clearly it's sprouting from a Phazon fungus on the surface, but you don't see this anywhere else. They're not harmful. They don't. It's not hazardous. It's just placed there as a. Oh, I see. Oh, okay. I know the reason why it's there. As a decoration, so that way you know exactly where you're going. Very nice. It's like yeah. Just a nice touch by the devs, I suppose. All right. Color blue is definitely a curse. Sky Puffer, vulnerable to basic weaponry, consumes and emits deadly gases. The external shell of a Sky Puffer is incredibly fragile, susceptible to most small arms fire. Only a few shots from basic weapons can damage it. Sky Puffers are native to the planet Elysia. They feed on the various noxious gases in the atmosphere. They are especially fond of Phazon gas. Why would machines have a delicacy to Phazon vapor, of all things? And I don't even know, and I still have no idea if these things are mechanical or organic-based creatures. That's clearly a reference to the Chozo artifacts in Talon 4. Very similar design, makes it very obvious that this place once belonged to the Chozo. But due to age and the atmosphere taking a toll on their health, they had to jump ship. Retractable doors are closed and covering a large cargo bay capable of storing massive objects. Pretty sure on the top here is something different. I can't barely tell. Whatever. Alright. Now we're going to examine some evidence on where Gore is. Or what he's been up to. Gore's powered battle armor suit is expanded and empty. Engines have recently been used. For what, we don't know. He was most likely just corrupting the Aurora unit. Maybe he has always been corrupted from the start. I'm not sure. Not sure why you would need to report. Not quite sure why the repair drones would have to bother repairing Gore's battle armor. Probably because it is like, oh yeah, it's exerting a little bit of heat, so let me just try to cool it down a little bit. Try to find the source of where that heat is coming from so we can cool it down and make him use it again. It'll be good in no time, I suppose. Alright, so I think it is this way. Or maybe not. I might be confusing this area for the area where I fight the defense drone, but it's like around the corner here. Yeah, I think I might be going the wrong way. High temperature weapons, yeah. Yeah, I'm going the wrong way. I always get lost in Planet Elysia because you really gotta like you know, have an idea on where it is exactly you're going when you're examining the map, because the rooms are so small that you just gotta, you know, pay attention to every, you know, space that you move around in, and examining that with the map is kind of a chore. The only nitpick that I have with Skytown Elysia, honestly. Base Elysia, I should say. Alright, so, that's not Gore. That's the face of a space pirate right there. Jeez. And that's the opposite side of where we once were. Do we even need to take it? So you know what? Fuck it. Just blow them away. Chozo bus right over here. Galactic Federation database access. File ST428. Chozo bus represents Drin, a key scientist in power suit technology. He might have been responsible for designing the power suit that Samus wears. Or, you know, once wears, because it doesn't exist anymore. How did she get rid of the PED suit at the end of the game? Another Steam Lord. Just awaiting us to ambush. Cannons without power to kinetic charge should be sufficient to energize systems. But we're not going to deal with the another mini-boss encounter with the Steam Lord. We're going to ignore it and get a friend voucher. Dilapidated gate secures the bridge to the pod. Hinges look like they could easily be ripped from their mounting. Oh look, the first of many types of Dragoon enemies in video games. There's like 7 of them that I've counted so far. Mechanoid, Dragoon, battle drone, outer armor is tough, but thruster control could be easily ripped off. The Dragoon battle drone is a resilient foe, but the thruster controls of the unit are vulnerable and can be easily ripped off. Originally designed to keep local aerial bioforms away from delicate instruments, the Dragoon is now used in a combat role. It carries twin rocket pods for offense, durable armor, and a missile jamming system to help keep the unit safe. Never actually took a closer look at its design. Very interesting looking. drill arms or the curse of so many unfortunate to be birthed with something that you have to deal with for the rest of your life. You can't pick up anything. You can't eat anything. It's only built to destroy. Scanning this here. Why is this out of scanning range? Structural integrity critical. Support structures compromised. Traversal not recommended. Falling apart, and as it is moving, steambots are revived by the Steam Lord, but we don't even need to deal with them, because alternatively, you just make them fall to their ultimate demise. Stylish kill. That is always such a satisfying achievement to get. You can't even call that an achievement. Alright, I'm gonna go ignore these guys. As long as they don't shoot a phazon-based missile at me and give me terminal corruption, I should be fine. That's ridiculous. Okay, somewhere over here is another data bot, I'm pretty sure. Wait, no, it's not. Get out of my way, please. There we go. Alright. Actually, the path to the defense drone is longer than I thought. I hope there's a save station nearby after this. Because seriously, after when I'm done, like, taking care of Star Wars Reject, going straight to the save station. Energy switch requires additional power to activate the connecting lift system. Can't just scan that. Pretty sure Lysian Shriek Bats are on the other side here, but I doubt I can scan them. Yeah, there is. Alright. These large metal panels are being held in place by clamps within the floating structure. Safety clamp securing the hatch in place. Remove the clamp to open the hatch. Can I do this? I highly doubt it. No, I can't. Not at that distance. Of course I can't. There we go. All the way up here. Disengage all these locks that are blocking our path here. Release the clamps. And kill some unwary, unfortunate creature that may or may not live on the surface of this planet. Sorry, but you kind of needed to watch yourself there. And everything's disengaged. Now we can get across. Sucks that we can't, like, scan the Elysian Shriek Bat until we are at the entrance. Unless I'm lucky. Wow, the game doesn't even let me do that. Okay, that's fair. Oh my goodness! That was quite an angle you pulled off there, Samus. Literally. I was like, wait, where'd they go? Why were the Shriek Bats? I thought they were here just a minute ago. I guess they prematurely detonated or something. I don't know. Alright. Should not be ice scanners. Come on. Crane unit is energized. Engage manual control unit to move crane into position. Here we go. Leap. Whee! Oh, the power of steam is so fun. I wish I had the boost ball. Luckily, that is our next item we're about to acquire anyway, so it's right there here, actually. Let's just move right along. Ignore these pesky dragoon enemies. Okay, that's the large containment unit right here. Heavy Skytone storage units. Heavy plating that I plan to only be damaged by heavy weapon fire. Exclusively on Skytown. Yep. Metal is manufactured exclusively here. Alright. Yeah. Interesting. Alright, moving on. Ow. Dumbass. Another data bot. Slumber. This one is always so hard to read. By the year 600, we of Elysia were low on critical supplies and fuel. We created smaller mechanoids to process fuel from the atmosphere of Elysia, but they proved unable to produce a sufficient supply. Unable to secure the necessary resources to sustain ourselves, we entered a state of hibernation to preserve our remaining stores of energy and parts. While we slumbered, the data collected by the station's equipment was fed to us in dreams. During this long period of sleep, we had many dreams. Countless great events came to us, including a reunion with our creators who had come to call a new planet their home. It was not long before disaster struck. A stellar object hit planet Talon 4, bringing with it a catastrophic corruption that sent the Chozo world into chaos. We watched helplessly as our creators perished. The few survivors fleeing to an unknown location. Powerless, we slept, and in our dreams, we lamented the deaths of our creators. This was our final vision, after which we were never able to see our creators again. It's enough to make me tear up. And to think that it gets worse. It gets so much worse than that. What's worse than just seeing your own, you know, fatherly, motherly figures, you know, your masters just being killed right before your eyes at a time where you, at your weakest vulnerable state, when you're about to like shut yourselves down to preserve energy in your dreams. They were witnessing nightmares, never-ending nightmares for an incredibly long time. Cutting this short, look at that, the boost ball. Let's go snag it. Psych, you thought. It's time for the defense drone. Whether you like it or not, bitch. I can't complain. Can't complain. This boss is pretty entertaining anyway. So, a bit underrated in my opinion. Defense drone. Antennas appear to be fragile. Control unit inside armored element. Control unit inside armored helmet. The defense drone is used to secure key areas within Skytown. The externally mounted antennas are tied into the unit's optic array. By destroying all the antennas, the optic array will overload and be vulnerable for a short period. The machine's control unit is also vulnerable, but must be exposed to be targeted. Its armor is immune to small arms fire. Why does it look like that a mechanical piece on the back looks skeletal in a way? Oh, because the defense drone with this cannon. That's such an old reference. Oh, I absolutely nailed it that time. Holy shit. Okay. Ugh. And while it's in this state, we can attack its weak spot. Gotta be careful though. Target's arm is open, control unit is now exposed and vulnerable to attack. Let's make this quick. I don't have time for this. Might have hyperbole failing if I'm not careful. Yeah, just keep on damaging me and build up my phase-on meter. Oh, for fuck's sake. Oh, shit. This fight is extremely tedious without hyper mode. Oh, wait. Never mind. That's just like the rest of the entire game. Hybrid mode makes literally everything easy, and you really should not complain about the difficulty of this game being too easy. Hybrid mode makes everything easy, and you should be thankful for it. Just saying, guys. Alright, this should be it. Never mind. We'll just keep on, like, spamming hybrid mode until it's taken care of. Here we go, yep. Alright. Alright, took care of it. Defense drone is destroyed. Or defense drone is defenseless, I should say. I don't even know if you would call that a main boss or a mini boss, because it has a health bar, it lasts long enough to feel like a main boss, so it's fine. Turbine is supplying power to the lock mechanism overlying the system. Maybe disable lock. And get this. Lock is engaged and energized multiple nearby inner power sources. Destroy the sources to gain entry. Excuse me. Yeah, it's the shape of Gore's face right there. Alright. Second Morph Ball upgrade acquired in Metroid Prime 3 Corruption, and it works the same just like it always does, but with a lot more interesting and fascinating utility. By powering on devices more than spinners. The spinner devices are much more larger and activate larger mechanisms, and that's awesome. It makes a return, folks. Boost powered control system is online and ready for use. Alright. Yeah, whatever. Does this have any information? Yeah, just a wheel. Wheel deal. Elevators without power connect charge to be sufficient to energize systems. Alright, let's go. I always like to rotate the analog stick in a circle while I'm boosted around the kinetic devices, just so I'm like you know, I have the assumption that it speeds up the process, but it more than likely does not make any difference. But I'd like to imagine it does. All right, so now that we got the boost ball, right before I go to a save station. How did I mess that up? I said, right before I go to the save station, bowling for bots. Another fun friend voucher achievement to acquire. Do you mind? Okay, you know what? Fuck it. Since I'm not allowed to go back to the fucking save station and save my game, I guess I'll just save it right here. Without a save station. Because who needs it? Why would you do this? That's so stupid. Anyway. Alright. So that'll have to include the end of this episode of Metroid Prime The Corruption and Metroid Prime Their Marathon Series, episode number 55. Hope to see you again in the next one, where we will restore power to the Aurorian 217 by giving it the Phazon vaccine, restore for Phazon corruption, and get rid of Gore and get the Plasma Beam. So, yeah, that's what's next. Hope you look forward to that. And I'll look forward to that. Thank you for watching. I'll see you later. This is GBA049, signing out, going offline, and see you next mission. And the next episode will begin in 3, 2, 1.